By the end of this video, you're gonna know the 4 changes that you need to make right now on LinkedIn to skyrocket both your growth and the amount of reach that you're getting. Because if you start to do these things, it is going to unlock amazing opportunities for you, both personally and professionally. But I will warn you, if you skip any of these changes, it's going to be the reason that it's hard for you to get reach right now and hard for you to get growth on LinkedIn, even though it's the best time ever to be posting on this platform and the easiest time ever to grow on it. Now, the first change that you need to make is you need to make sure that your profile is optimized for people to be finding you, people to be engaging with you, and for people to actually do exactly what you want them to do. Let me explain. So if we look at this creator right here, she is doing 3 things right that you need to make sure are happening when somebody goes to your LinkedIn page. First and foremost, you will see that her profile image right here is a headshot of her, but it has a very, very bright background. You also need to make sure that you're including a very bright background in your profile picture. It is going to make you way more memorable and it is going to make you stand out way more. Secondly, if we come over here to her banner image, you're going to notice a few things about it. First and foremost, it has social proof on here, as seen in this, as seen in this. Basically, anything good that you're associated with, you're going to want to add in here. Any awards that you've gotten, anything that is going to make you stand out, you want to make sure is showing up here. In addition to that, you want to make sure that there is another photo of you and a call to action. So for her, she posts no nonsense career and cultural insights. So if you wanted people to follow you for a specific reason, let's say maybe that you were giving people social media advice or you were helping people with AI agents or you were helping people do whatever you help people do, you want to make sure that that is on here. And again, she uses very bright text. No nonsense allows this to stick out. It is not very crowded, but it's giving people social proof. It's giving them a call to action. And again, it has her face in here, which reinforces this. And then the final thing that you need to make sure that you do is this description right here needs to be very good. You need to be telling people exactly what you can help them do, why they should follow, and why they should listen to you. So she has #1 LinkedIn creator. She has founder helping you level up, follow for career and work culture insights, and then lawyer turned recruiter. All of that stuff screams to me that she has credibility, that I want to follow her, and that I can learn something from her. And again, she has a call to action. And you can see right here that she's growing like crazy. Over 235,000 followers. And one of the reasons for that is because her profile is set up correctly. But that's just the first change you need to make. The second change is going to have nothing to do with your profile and is going to have everything to do with the type of content that you are currently posting on LinkedIn. Because right now, there are 3 types of content that allow you to increase your reach. And if you're not taking advantage of these things, you're quite frankly wasting your time. Now, that first type of content you need to make sure that you're taking advantage of is going to be what Maury is doing right here. Hiring your first marketing leader feels like, and then he has a meme here. Now, if you're going to do a meme, you want to try to keep it a little shorter than the meme that he used right here so that it gets straight to the point, gets somebody to laugh, and gets somebody to feel that this thing is relatable. Now, the great part about doing posts like this is you actually don't have to create this content. You literally just have to find this content, and you can find it on Instagram, you can find it on Facebook, you can find it on TikTok, you can find it on other platforms, and then repurpose it on LinkedIn, but just make some changes to it. You might want to add text on here that is relatable to somebody in your niche, and then you would go through and actually create different copy right here that you are going to add into this post. And what this is going to do is drastically decrease the time that you're spending creating content on LinkedIn. In fact, if we scroll through LinkedIn, you're going to see that there are a bunch of these memes. We're going to see these memes happen several different times, and you can see every single time they're getting a good amount of likes, they're getting a good amount of comments, and people are just repurposing that thing for LinkedIn and finding it on other platforms. The second type of content is going to be problem-solving content, like this right here, the top 22 Excel formulas. You can literally recreate this and create an infographic literally for anything. Obviously, you would want to do this for what your ideal audience is struggling with, but you're able to do this very, very easily now simply by using a tool like ChatGPT. You could say, can you please create me an infographic about this topic? And you might find other people in your niche are doing this same thing. For example, top 22 Excel formulas, you could recreate this. You could do top 10 or top 5 or top 100. And then guess what? They have this downloadable version right here and it goes through all of the different Excel formulas here, which again was an incredibly easy piece of content for this creator to be able to make. And if we actually click on this creator and then we come into their content, you're going to notice that they literally upload infographics all the time. And guess what? They're just having ChatGPT make these. They're having ChatGPT write the copy, and they're getting a ton of reach because of this and a ton of followers. They've gotten over 160,000 followers, and most of this content is literally just generated with ChatGPT, but it's generated with an image and copy. And then the third type of content you need to make sure that you're doing is going to be carousels like this. So 7 signs your boss is gaslighting you and what to do about it. We could go through here and then this lists out all of those different signs. Now, if you notice here, none of the content that I am suggesting that you make is really video based besides those memes, because people don't want to engage with videos on LinkedIn. That's not what they're here for. They want to engage with memes, they want to engage with infographics, and they want to also engage with these carousel posts because it allows them to easily consume content. You need to understand something. When people are consuming LinkedIn content, more likely than not, they are at work, so you need to do all this in a work-friendly way. Somebody doesn't want to sit there and watch a 5-minute video or even a 2-minute video. Instead, they want to see a meme that's incredibly relatable, that makes them laugh, that makes them feel like they're heard. They want to see carousels that they can swipe through right here. And then they also want to see infographics that give them more information about what they can do in your profession that'll be incredibly useful to them. On top of that, if you start posting in these formats, guess what's going to happen? It's going to allow you to spend way less time creating content for LinkedIn or finding content to put on LinkedIn, and more time growing, getting leads, and actually getting professional opportunities. Now, before we get into the next 2 changes that you need to make sure that you're making, which are going to be by far the most important, I need to make sure that you're actually using the right tools when you're creating content and posting content on LinkedIn. Because there's a tool that's going to make it way easier for you to plan out your content, way easier to create your content, and even to get insights on your content. For example, what time you should actually be posting on LinkedIn. And the tool that I'm talking about is Metricool.com, which is going to make it way easier for you to create content and increase your reach. In fact, the average creator that uses Metricool spends way less time creating content than those that do it without. In specific, they have 3 features that I'd strongly suggest that you start using. The first one is their planning feature. It helps you keep all of your content organized in one place and allows you to see the best time to post for your specific page. In addition to that, they just launched the ability for you to be able to post polls through the planner on LinkedIn. And this is, again, one of those really easy content formats for you to be able to get out. And they actually found in their LinkedIn study that it increases the reach that you get. The second feature is going to be their AI description generator. You can leverage AI directly in Metricool to help you create your descriptions, and it even lets you choose the length, the tone, etc. And then finally, you could have all your comments and DMs from all of your social media platforms in one simple to respond place. So you don't have to go to each platform, track down different things. You could do it all right from one location. Lucky for you, if you go to the pinned comment below, you could get started with Metricool today with 30 days free access to any of their premium plans with code Robert. Now, the third change that you need to make sure that you're implementing is you need to start having a good take on other people's posts. It's not just enough to be putting out content yourself. You should also be leaving 5 to 10 really thoughtful, really funny, really witty comments on other popular posts within your niche. Because what this is going to do is increase the odds that you get exposure. Think about it. There's a limited amount of times that you can post on LinkedIn yourself, but that doesn't mean that there's a limited amount of times that somebody's going to be able to find your page. And one of the easiest ways to get people to find your page without you having to create new content is for you to be leaving very thoughtful comments or just comments across other people's posts on LinkedIn and provide value. You don't only have to be providing value when you're doing your own post. You can also help provide value to somebody else's audience, which is going to increase the odds they come to your page, they check it out, and if your profile is optimized, like I shared with you earlier in this video, guess what's going to happen? It increases the odds somebody follows you, somebody takes action, or somebody reaches out to you because they like that you're providing value all over LinkedIn. And now for that last and most important change. You need to make sure that you're taking advantage of authorities within your niche. What do I mean by this? There might be big companies in your niche. There might be big influencers in your niche. There might be big trade shows, big news events. You need to be taking advantage of all those things. Because at the end of the day, if you are able to associate yourself with something that is way bigger than you, you are going to get way better results. And there are several ways that you could do this. You could talk about those big companies in your niche within your posts. You could talk about those big creators within your niche in your posts. You can make your posts around any type of trending news or any industry event that's going on. You need to think about it like this. The first filter that you need to pass for somebody to actually be interested in your content is whether or not they actually want to watch the content or engage with the content that you are posting about. And the quickest way to be able to guarantee that is to talk about something that they are actually interested in. Let me give you a perfect example. I am wearing a Brooks Brothers shirt right now. If somebody made a post about Brooks Brothers on LinkedIn, I might be interested in it. But if they made a post about H&M, I probably won't be interested in it. Why? Because I wear clothes from Brooks Brothers and I don't wear clothes from H&M. Now you need to reverse engineer that for your audience and the things that they're going to care about and the things that they're going to be interested in. And if you're able to do that, it's going to increase your reach because it's going to increase the amount of people that are actually interested in whatever you're posting about. In addition to that, the LinkedIn algorithm is looking at how many people are interested in whatever your topic you're talking about. So if you're talking about a company, or you're talking about a news event, or you're talking about a trade show, you need to be talking about the #1 news event, or the #1 company, or the #1 trade show. Because if you talk about number 2, number 3, or even worse, number 5 or number 10, guess what? All that's going to do is decrease the amount of people that are actually interested in it. And then as a result, less people are going to interact with your post. Now, if you implement all the things that I just shared with you, it is going to skyrocket your growth and it's going to skyrocket your reach right now on LinkedIn. I would also strongly suggest that you start growing on YouTube, which is why I'd strongly suggest you check out this video right here that walks you through exactly how the YouTube algorithm works so you could grow faster on YouTube. I'll see you over there.